Hello there, and a very warm welcome to my brand new channel dedicated to the smokeless form of tobacco that we call snus. Hjärtligt välkomna alla snusvänner und herzlichen willkommen alle Benutzer des rauchlosen Tabaks snus. That was my little try there for a bit of German. And first of all, I would like to talk about who am I. I'm a Swedish guy. I live in the UK, down in Brighton on the south coast. And I've been using snus for a few years now, probably a bit more in the last few months. And I've been looking around on the internet, and although there's about 1 million Swedes using snus, and still not very many Swedish people are actually making snus reviews on YouTube, that is, and I'm not so sure why. So we've got a couple of main channels on YouTube at the moment, so a couple of early shout outs here. We got Chad at snuby.com. He's the main man in many ways, because he's been doing this for a long time. I think he's reviewed pretty much all the snuses on the market, the Swedish snuses, and some Americans too. And now he's going through them all, doing the video reviews for these snuses as well. I think it's over 200 already. So he's got a great site called snuby.com, and you will find a lot of information about snus as well, health aspects of them, and also the difference between Swedish and American snus. And then you might have noticed I spoke a bit of German in the beginning there. I lived in Germany for a year, picked up some German, and there is a guy on YouTube, a German guy, I believe his name is Uwe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Uwe, or whatever your name is. And he has a site called snusfreak.com, and he makes really good reviews in German. All of you might not understand it, but they're very good, as well as Chad's on snuby.com. So I've been following these two guys, been watching most of their videos already, but I thought, not that many Swedish guys. There are some Swedish guys making snus reviews, but I thought, is there a need for anything more? Well, Snuby has just gone out and asked for more reviewers of snus, so I thought, you know, I'll give it a try. And I don't know, but maybe I would be the first Swedish guy, because I am Swedish, who's reviewing snus in English. And, you know, it's all subjective, and we don't really have that many channels. If you compare to American Dip, that's really big on YouTube at the moment. But I think we need some more about snus. And well, at least I can get the pronunciations correctly and maybe do some translations from Swedish. Also, sometimes obviously I'm going to Sweden twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, and I've just come from Sweden actually. And if everything works all right with the video, at the beginning of this video you should be seeing the snuses that I just picked up now, very recently, just came back. There are also a couple of sites on the web where we nowadays can get snus to England, but some of the brands are really hard to get, and the ones I picked up here I think could be a little bit tricky to get in England normally, so it's good that I can pick some stuff up when I'm in Sweden. So I mean, I don't have any experience doing YouTube videos whatsoever, which will show, you know, with the lack of special effects or anything like that. But I'm hoping that I will be able to give some sort of good descriptions maybe. As I said, I've been using snus a couple of years, and I want this channel to be sort of that the viewer can follow me in my discovery of new snuses, because I've been using the same snus for a long time. It's been, you know, general portion, so on. Haven't really used a lot of loose snus, but I really am getting into that. And there's a bit of a coincidence actually. I recently ran out of snus completely, and I was going to wait until I got a new delivery. So what I did was I looked up what's available here in Brighton. I actually googled Swedish snus in Brighton, came up with 3 hits, which was quite intriguing to me. Phoned one of the places up and asked, "Do you sell Swedish snus?" And he said, "Yeah." I asked, "Which brands?" I don't know, it's hard to pronounce, you just have to come in. So I walked in and, well, I mean, I thought if they're selling Swedish snus, it's pretty legal, I guess. They didn't. They sold Makla, which I'm sure some of you guys know about. It's made in Belgium. I think it originates from Africa. That stuff is strong. It was the Boulet Bentichu, I think it was called. And, you know, not perfect tasting or anything like that, but it was interesting to taste the kind of different taste of it, and also it's really, really strong. So I wanted to try different things, but keep to Swedish snus. And whenever I get into something, I really get into it. Like 15 years ago, I was really into wine when I lived in Germany for a year, and went around the wine regions, and, you know, interested in telling the different nuances of wines to understand what the differences are. So a bit of a hedonist in that sense. Recently, about 4 years ago, I got really into craft beer, and I even have a geeky spreadsheet. I actually did over 1,000 reviews of beer, more than probably 900 of those being craft beer. Trying to work out what I really liked, and seeing the differences within different styles and so on. But I made exactly 0 videos of those reviews. So there you go. So I'm thinking now I'm actually sort of at the beginning of my discovery of snus for real. So I think it could be interesting for you guys to, if you're interested in snus, maybe follow, see my discovery of different types of snus, really, and we'll see how I do it. I don't know exactly how I will set it up yet, but I might sometimes get like the loose version and the portion version, compare the two. I've already done that with general portion and loose, and it's interesting how the loose has a cleaner tobacco taste, and I prefer it. But I yet haven't had Ettan, I haven't had Röda Lacket, I haven't had Grov Lös. So there's a lot of these that I've just bought, and I want to try them, and I want to see what I think about them. And rather than just having tasted it for several years already. So it will be a sort of a discovery that I want to share with you guys. So I think what I will do is actually I will start a can of snus, describe a little bit about it. I've done a lot of research already. I kind of know what's on the market. I know who makes snus. I know, you know, what they're making and so on. I think there are over 300 different snus types on the market at the moment, and some have been discontinued and some new ones are coming all the time. Maybe start with a can, open it up, have a prilla, and talk a little bit about it. And then within the same video, I will just cut, and you will see me a couple of days later when I finished the can. And so give the review from the beginning to the end, showing you exactly what I thought of that snus. Because, you know, sometimes you might think something about a snus when you just start using it. You might love it, and then 24 prillor later it might not work that well. And some of them you might want to use occasionally and so on. So I thought that would be a decent approach to, you know, get a final verdict on them. And I think I will try to give you a score from the beginning, instead of sort of trying to do that after a while. I will try to give a review, and because I've done beer reviews earlier, I will follow the same as I did then, and that's a 10 grade scale with half points as well, so it's effectively 20 steps, which also means that don't expect any 10s. There might not be a 10 on the market yet, but there might be soon. I remember when I did the beer reviews, although I did give some 9s and 9.5s, I gave 3 10s out of 1,000. So with that logic in mind, if there being 300 snoozes on the market, there might be one 10 out there, if that would be any way of judging it. But also the snus maestro Conny Andersson, who's made Mellgren's IPA edition and the Isla snus, and I believe he's done some Cardus as well for Swedish match. He believes that the snus world right now is where the craft beer scene, which I know a little bit about, was about 5 to 10 years ago. And if that's true, we probably don't have any 10s on the market yet. The best snus might be yet to come. So it'll be interesting. If you're interested in seeing this, follow my discovery of these types of snus, and hopefully I can provide something for the community. We need more reviewers, I believe. Then please subscribe to the channel, and very soon I will put up my first review. And what I probably also will do is, at the bottom of the review, I will keep a list of the reviewed snoozes already, and my subjective rating of the ones I've already had, with the one I'm reviewing right now put in bold or something like that, just to show where in the scheme of things it is. And then when the next review comes, the list will grow all the time, and we'll see what my favorites will be, and hopefully you can get some recommendations and see what to avoid from there. So I guess that's it for now. Mainly reviews, I believe. If you want information about snus, snuby.com is great for that. And who knows, I might put up some other videos as well later on. But for now, that's it for me. Hope to see you later. Thanks.